Good morning. Today is day 3 and part 3 of, in fact, part 4 of our sourdough starter. So I'm going to take you along and we'll go get the ingredient to feed our sourdough starter. So let's get started. First, I will show you the sourdough starter. And it is right here. So let me put the camera down and I'll go get it. So yesterday midday I made a recording to show you where it was, because it rose to, that's 2 cups here, so it rose to somewhere here, and I caught it around 11:36 and I made a recording. So now it came back down. That's 1 cup here and that's 1 cup and a half right below the dough. So that's the normal size of our mixture. So today I'm going to feed it and I will leave it here, and after 2 hours I will check it to see how far it rose, and if it doubled in size, then I might make a recording to show you that. So I can even open it and show you inside of it. Wow, it's very liquidy now, and you can see the bubbling in it. So that's very liquidy. At this point, even if you want to feed it like twice a day, it will be a possibility, but because my regular sourdough starter, when I take it out of the fridge, I don't feed it twice a day. When I'm getting it ready to bake, I'll just feed it once a day. So I'm just going to use the same process for this one as well. But first, let's go get our ingredients. In fact, I can just put it here. And we'll go down to go get a glass jar. In fact, I think I have one here. So it should be pretty much what we need. And I don't think I needed anything here. Oh yeah, I have to leave this one. So I like to use a half cup. And by the way, I think I have more than this and I donated the rest to just keep one set when I was decluttering my kitchen last year. Yeah, I think it was last year that I made those changes. To get this done. So we have our two things here. Let's go get our dough. You know what? I need to get a camera, my camera to take pictures as well. I like to take picture of the way it is now. So let's go down a little to go get that. I'm just going to wash my hand here. We have our clean jar. I will put one cup, two of these of flour in the jar first. It's a little bit over one cup though, a half cup. So let's put this in it. So that's our one cup here. I'm going to put a half cup of filtered water in it. That's our water. Now let's measure this, but first I'm going to stir it properly. It's very liquidy. So we want to keep a half. And that's our half here. Let me see if I can take a picture of this. In case I'll put it on in my blog, I can have that. So we are just going to put it here. I'm going to make sure I got everything out of the cup. In fact, while we are mixing this, I'm going to dust this one. So it's so liquidy. Let's see if you can just dump it in the trash without getting the trash bag to pour it in it. That's why I like to keep my sourdough in the fridge if I'm not going to use it every day. That way I won't have to be filling it every day and dumping about half cup of flour each time. But if you bake every day, it's worth keeping your sourdough starter outside at room temperature and feed it daily. That way while you scoop out, you just use it, you know. And you can even use those one that you take out. You can compile it for a while and use it to make pancake as well. So I'm just going to mix our dough. Like when I add to it, you see that now it's kind of thick. So I'm just going to make sure all the flour is well incorporated in the mixture. So it was a good thing that I'm using a canning jar, since it has measurement on the jar. It's easier to know where the dough level is, and when it rises, you know, how much it rose is easier to know that as well. So that's a good way of doing it. But if you don't have a canning jar, you don't need to. You can just use any glass jar you have, and you'll be able to use plastic too. I just don't use plastic balls or things like that much anymore. I have plastic ball that I purchased or given when the kids were little for baby food. I repurpose them, using them for soap dish around the house, and one is here in the kitchen right now, and I switched to glass. It has been, small transition, and it all started when I started switching to natural products about 7 or almost 8 years ago. And I made the transition little by little, starting with clove diapers or clove diapering, to making my own soap, then to making my own sourdough starter, and here we go. And I have not made sourdough bread. Like, I think the last time that I made it was back in December. That's the video that I'm publishing now. Like, I made it December 14 or something like that of 2019. And usually we purchase a French bread roll on sale for $1.22, but the original price is $3.98. But when they mark it down twice to $1.22, we'll purchase it and I'll put it in the freezer. But then when the stay home instruction came along, my husband told me that they are not decreasing the price for the bread. Like, I think they'll mark it down a little bit, and people don't buy it. Maybe they donate it, which is great. So he asked me if he could purchase it. It was like around $3 something, probably less than $3.98 though, if he could purchase it. And I said no, that I'm just going to make sourdough bread, and usually we use it for sandwich. And I said, you know what, instead of buying the bread and put whatever will go in the sandwich in it, we can just have the bread on the side in the dish, in the plates, and put whatever filling will go inside of the sandwich bread aside. So, and then I start making sourdough bread once a week this April. And he told me that yeast cannot stay on shelf for, like, when they have yeast, they don't have flour in the store, because he works at the grocery store. And when they have yeast, they don't have flour on shelf. And when they have flour, they don't have yeast. So I think one of his coworkers was complaining about that, because he wants to make his own bread. And he told him that I made sourdough bread. So the coworker told him to ask me about the recipe. And I told him that, well, I think I published something regarding sourdough bread on my blog, to give him the blog website so that he can go look for it. And he said sometimes it can be hard to find things there. And I looked myself, but I couldn't find it right away. So, and I told him that, well, you cannot make sourdough bread without sourdough starter. And he said, yeah, well, I should give him the starter recipe, and he would give it to him. So, and I said, well, and I thought about it, and I couldn't even remember how I made it before, but I do know that I used flour and water. And I went to Kate Arthur's website after searching multiple recipe. That's the simplest. Like, I don't like things with too many ingredients. So when I saw Arthur's website, it was whole wheat flour and water, but then they have instructions how you do it. And I followed that, and I made my starter back probably in 2016 or 2015. So I made my own starter, and I've been using it. And when I don't use it, it will stay in the fridge. Sometimes I can leave it in the fridge for a month without even feeding it, And when I checked King Arthur's website, and I found the recipe, and I have linked it to probably the first post, the first day one of our sourdough starter. I think I have the link there if you want to check it out. And I look at it and I say, you know what? His coworker may not be the only one in this situation, people might have flour and might want to make their own bread but may not know how. So it'll be just a good idea for me to recreate the recipe, but this time instead of using whole wheat, I might just use bleached flour, because I asked him to purchase bleached flour. We are running low and he couldn't find it. He said that not many people purchase bleached flour, therefore the store does not order a lot. And the next time they might get it will be in May, after maybe within the first week of May. So and I told him when to just purchase bleached flour for me, and he purchased it. So what I was thinking about making the starter, I said I'm just going to use bleached flour to make the dough. I mean to make the starter, to see if it's doable. So what if you don't have whole wheat flour on hand and you want to, make your own starter and start baking your own bread? So that's why I'm using bleached flour instead of asking him to buy me whole wheat. I don't know if he'll find it or not. And at first I didn't think that it would work, for that simple reason that I thought it would be like the dough will be, the flour might be cooked. I mean, I have living organisms in it to ferment. But I don't know why I was thinking that, because, well, many people bake, when they want to bake bread, they use bleached flour. They don't use bleached flour like the way I use. So if people use bleached flour, they add regular yeast to it, and it can rise. That means that's how I view it yesterday. That means it still has living organisms that were insistent on the wheat in the flour to help it ferment and rise. So when I saw my dough, I was not 100% sure when I started that it's going to work, since I was now using whole wheat, and I don't know if the bleached one has been processed in a way that all the organisms were killed in it. But when I saw the rise yesterday, I said to myself, it's going to work, because that's bleached flour that people usually use to bake better bread. And if it works for them with regular yeast, chances are it might work. And I think it's going to work. It's working. So I'm going to put it, you can see that. Let me see if I can find a cup area for you. I think that's the cup. So if you see it properly, it is one, that's the cup measurement. So that's 1.5. That's 1.5. The bar are like a half size, so we have 0.5, 1, and 1.5. So the dough is a level about 1.5. So I'm going to put it down, and after 2 hours I will check it again to see how tall it is. If it double in size, then I'll record a video to show you that, and we'll think what we can do with it. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Afiavi Ojune Liberman, creators of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and owners of Nina Soap, and our website is ninassoap.com.